You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast, so if you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot, turn this off before you get butthurt and mad, start to cry, have to run to your safe space. All opinions are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any government agency.
Welcome to MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, Iceman, as usual. And background noise from hell. Turn the air conditioner off. We're in the clubhouse. I have a co-host. If you're live on Facebook, you can see him. That is FREEBIRD. That is not me with a mask on. That's FREEBIRD with a mask on. So let's welcome FREEBIRD as the
I'm going to
co-host.
ask you this only once. Do you, or do you not, know about the bird?
Oh, God.
Because everybody's heard that the bird is the word. Bird. The bird's a word. Bird. The bird is a word. Bird.
I appreciate you having me back, Iceman.
You talking into the mic?
I am talking
There
into
you
the
go.
mic.
That's better. You've done this before. Don't be messing up.
Act like it's my first time.
Yeah. And we also have a special guest in the studio, in the clubhouse with us tonight. I was looking for my clapping sound effects, which here it is, right here. We're going to introduce the Asian lover. No, he is not of Asian persuasion, and I do not know why he has this nickname, but we will get into that. So welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the clubhouse, Asian lover.
Appreciate you having me here. I'm enjoying it.
He is not in law enforcement. He is a veteran, military person. I think he said he was in the Air Force. So, you know, he's a patriot and, hey, fought for the country. So he's more than welcome in the clubhouse with me. He is a listener. He got in touch with me. And he happened to be around town, even though he lives quite a few states away. And so I invited him over. Fried fish. Yeah, I fried some fish with no bones. Shrimp.
Shrimp.
Yes.
Backstrap.
Corn on the cob.
Chicken. Yeah, if y'all have never had fried corn on the cob, you're missing out. My fried corn on the cob anyway.
That was my first time. It was good.
It's very delicious. What did you think of it?
Everything was damn good. I know the shrimp and the corn on the cob. Backstrap was excellent. Fried catfish is also, I guess, everything.
So we got our eat on before we decided to start doing it. So let's start asking the Asian lover a few questions.
I'm anxious to see these answers.
Yeah.
Asian lover and talking with him, I'm excited to hear his answers on these questions.
Yeah, we've been hanging out for a few hours before we're doing this. I've had a couple drinks. I know FREEBIRD's had a couple drinks. Asian lover is he is drunk on water, and he's sloshing around. He is sloshed. Let me tell you what, he's had so much water. But anyway,
that and the fried food. So,
yeah, I mean, I didn't put a lot of salt though. So what is your favorite restaurant?
Well, there's a little place back home it's called Buffalo Reef.
Buffalo Reef.
It's been around forever. It's got the best chicken wings you'd ever have.
I thought he was going to say something like, the Asian buffet. I like me some teriyaki chicken.
Buffalo ass or something. Something different than we haven't had here.
Oh, we got a bunch of Asian places there too I can take you to.
And what's your favorite movie?
Smokey and the Bandit.
Now, I tell you what, I'm glad you said that because I just watched it 2 nights ago.
For the first time?
I've got to watch. No, I've seen that thing 1,000 times. And you can hear, we were actually stirring the fire up, and I had the TV on, and you can hear that truck fire up at the beginning of Smoking the Bandit. When you hear that 18-wheeler fire up, even though, you can hear the 18-wheeler fire up, and you know it's going to be Smoking the Bandit.
Yes.
That's a good movie. I love that movie.
The original one, not
The original.
not 2, 3, and whatever they made. The first one is
The 2 and 3 were okay, but the first one, all first movies, you can't. The sequels usually are not as good.
Well, two was not too bad. 3 was an absolute disaster. Sucked with Jerry Reed being the bandit.
Mm-hmm.
That was.
He's a good guitar picker and singer. The Bandit now.
Yeah, it just didn't work.
So at least he's got good taste in movies. Until they cancel it. Because
Smoking the Bandit car did have the Georgia plate. It was a double plate. It had a Georgia plate on the front that was divided with the Rimmel flag.
Mm-hmm. That used to be the Georgia flag.
Did it?
Yes.
It was both.
I think it still is. I don't know if they changed. I know, when Mississippi changed it, they had the state vote on it. And everyone in the state wanted to keep that flag, and they changed it anyway.
Yeah. With the cancel culture.
cancel culture.
Yeah.
So you definitely recognize.
What we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law.
That was a great actor right there.
Yes.
Don't go nowhere. And don't touch yourself.
Yeah.
You can think about it, but don't do it.
What is your favorite drink besides water?
Believe it or not, since I've been going to, I'm just going to say it, since I've been going to Abita Springs, I love Abita Brewery.
Oh, yeah.
And their lager. I love their lager. And I'm not a big beer drinker, but yesterday was the first thing I did when I came into town. I went over there and sat at the bar and had me one glass of cold lager.
Abita Springs is, that area has made some damn good drinks. Mm-hmm. I know that Abita beer is good, but they have several other things that they make as well.
Yeah.
Me and a FREEBIRD are more than a whiskey drinker.
I could tell that.
I love my whiskey.
Yeah, I think I did have a couple. I think you forced me to.
Yeah, I held him down, made him drink it. It
might have been what tasted so good with the fried corn on the cob.
You think that's what that was?
No, that fried corn on the cob is pretty damn good by itself.
Oh, God, yes.
I like my fried corn on the cob. Let's see. What's your favorite drink, your favorite movie, your favorite restaurant? I can't ask. Like I said, he's not in law enforcement. He has a brother that is I think he told me he was a sergeant in the department in the state that he is from, and he has done quite a few and quite a bit of ride-alongs with him too. Said he has some stories about that we're going to talk about. So I can't ask him if he's a 10 over or 15 over guy because legally he can't be pulling people over. And if he is pulling people over, I don't want to know about it. It's going to be legal as shit. So
he'd pull anybody he wants to, over where he's from.
Yeah, no, I don't. But I don't want to know about it because I don't want to get a subpoena and have to be testifying about that.
Yeah.
So
if you were in law enforcement, what would it be?
Yeah.
Well, I know the guys I know in law enforcement. Iceman was what, 11?
I'm 11 over, correct?
I know a few deputies and troopers 15 plus is their threshold.
I just can't do that 15 over plus thing. Oh,
mine is mine ranges. It ranges from day to day, but if I'm on the interstate, it's going to be close to 20.
11 over there too.
I don't know how you guys are here, but I know in the Bikini State where I'm from, they're not allowed to write citations if you're doing 5 or under. They'll dismiss them.
Oh, I don't. I'm not going to pull you over for going 5 over.
Yeah, I guess way back when they used to have problems getting stopped doing 2 or 3 over.
I mean, that's just That's asinine and petty. Any cop is going to do that, pull anybody over for going 2 miles an hour or even 5 over. I mean, fucking come on.
We do have a couple of cities that are that way. They're speed trap towns, and Golden Meadows one of them. If you're 2 miles an hour over, you're screwed. You're going to get a ticket.
Oh, wow.
Because that's
That's
some of their
the only way they can make money, I guess. But everybody around here knows it and will poke through the town. So, or they got in trouble for it. I'm not real sure. I see I'm lagging a little bit again, people. I don't know. I'm still working on it. I even changed my rates up, so working on it. So if you're watching, lagging, sorry. Didn't mean to. Oh, I want to bring this up. The Asian lover over here said that we sound totally different than what he was expecting we would look like in person. I don't know if this is going to be a good thing or a bad thing. We didn't get into discussion, or I didn't hear it because I was working on this stuff right before we started. So
he told me that he thought I was 5'9". He didn't realize I was 6'7".
Oh,
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah. And you're a lot younger than what I thought you. I thought you were going to be an older guy. Honestly, I thought you were going to be about 60 or something. Because just the way you sound over
great.
the podcast, I thought you were an older guy that's been a cop, since like 64 or something. And but you do sound older. I mean, that's not bad.
Life experiences.
Life experience. That's exactly it.
Life experiences tend to.
But Freebird's a lot younger than what I thought he was. And then Iceman, my picture of you was 6'4", built like a gorilla and scary.
I'm built like a fat gorilla.
No, I mean like a big monster.
Oh, well, I'm 6 foot.
Well, I mean like 6'4". 6 foot and 6'4" is a big.
Well, if I wear stilettos, I might be that 6'4". I don't know how intimidating I would be with stilettos on, but it would probably give it to me. But I have the raft face.
You got the raft face, but those motor boots are like stilettos. I've seen some motor guys wear those boots like stilettos. They're proud of them.
I thought he was going to wear those too.
They walk like they're stilettos.
But I'm proud of my motor boots. Hey, you got to earn them things.
Oh yeah.
Do you have motor boots, Freebird?
No, I do not. I remember I told you a story one time. I thought about buying some off of Amazon, but they were dull. They weren't as shiny.
Well, because you got to shine. They don't come shiny.
No, they don't come shiny, but, I know y'all spend a good 3 or 4 hours a day shining them.
You know how you said you were 6'7". Yeah.
That's what the Asian lover was telling me.
Oh, he thought you were like a midget.
He thought I was 5'9" and not 6'7" like I appear to be. Well, I identified. Well, today is.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God! Stop you fucking lying!
Yeah, that's pretty right there.
If I'd have known you had that clip, I might not would have said I was 6'7".
6'7", my ass. I don't even know if I'd want to be 6'7".
I tell you what, I have pulled over. It's probably been 2 people that I pulled over that were that tall, and one actually happened to be a female, and I was scared shitless when I pulled her over. I was like, if this goes awry, it's not going to be good. I didn't want somebody seeing me on the side of the road getting my ass beat by a 6'7" woman, and it wasn't a transvestite; it was an actual woman.
Are you sure? How you know?
Well,
did you like search her? So?
I didn't. No, I didn't search.
Did you have a naked call we don't know about?
No, she just didn't have. She just didn't have the Adam's apple.
Searched them. It's like, what is this?
I was pretty sure that.
What is it? That's my dick. Stop touching it.
Yeah. It's not.
I want to tell you a story.
It seems like you've been there. I don't.
No, I'm going to tell you a story there. Y'all listen to the story. I just thought about it. Once we get off, I'll tell you who this person is if you don't know. But it's the previous department I used to work with. This person, he needs Ritalin or Adderall. He's ADHD bad. He can't sit still for more than 5 minutes, and fuckers going off. Anyway, I just threw that in there because it has nothing to do with the fucking story. You might have a clue.
He was giving a plug to Adderall.
Yeah, Adderall's delicious. I need some. Maybe I'll lose weight. But anyway, he was working a crash. He got dispatched to a crash involving a school bus. Okay, the school bus was not at fault. I don't remember. I didn't go. I wasn't there, but I've heard it from him and other people. Anyway, he gets there and he's getting all his information and stuff like this. It was a new school bus driver. And he was like, well, hey, girl, how you doing, Damn. He's like, well, I need your information. Well, nigga, he gets the bus driver's information, gets the driver's license, goes and looks at the driver's license. And Dana turned into Dan real fucking quick because, hey, girl, how you doing, was a fucking dude that was a tranny, transvestite or crusher. I don't know. Excuse me. Don't fucking try to cancel me. Whatever the transgender, I don't know if they were transgender, if they were just transvestite or what this person was. But this person was born a man, dressed as a woman, and I guess he was a good-looking dude. He made a good-looking girl, I guess. But
sounds like
from what I understand, he was like, he is all tongue-tied after that.
he wanted to take it back. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
He took that back.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Listening to that story, I bet. Did you think you should have been on that call?
I wish I was there to see him. To see him do that.
I tell you, I don't think I've ever come across. It's kind of like my naked story. I've never come across. I've never come across a transvestite or female dressed as a male on the road that I know of.
When I used to have the rest stop area in this parish that we used to work in, they used to have a lot of transvestite or transgender, however you want to call them, men that dressed up like women that frequent this rest area and would like try to.
A lot of lizards.
They were
a lot of lizardettes.
But anyway, I've had to deal with them before. So, Mr. Asian Lover, let's get into why you have this nickname, which it also has the other version of it. He told me of Asian. Was it a Poonanny or something? Poontang, Asian Poontang. I mean, Asian Lover to me sounds better because it sounds like that you might have an Asian Poontang.
Yeah.
But why'd you come with this nickname?
Well, back home there's a big CB. Bunch of guys around have CBs in their house, and there's just so much of them, and a bunch of old guys and a couple of young ones, and this one old guy, he's not alive anymore. Country as country can be. And he said, Roy, we got to put a CB in your truck. And I said, for what? He said, because you got to get on the CB with us. I said, all right. And he said, we got to come up with a handle for you. And I said, well, I don't know one. He said, well, you like them damn Asian women, don't you? I said, yes, I do. And he said, I'm going to call you Asian Lover. So that was my CB handle, was Asian Lover. Well, all them good old boys and rednecks, and I hope that doesn't offend no one, but if it does. But anyway, all the rednecks said, we got to change your name. We can't have you Asian Lover. We're going to have you Asian Poontang. So that's what they started calling me, Asian Poontang, and it stuck. So now all them guys around there, when they see me, they say, hey, Poontang.
So it wasn't even because you were like dating an Asian woman?
Yeah,
or married
I was
to
married. I was married to Filipino. And
is that considered Asian?
Pacific Islander, but good old boys. It's they're damn Asians. That's what they say.
They don't know.
They don't know. So
you eat cats.
That's what they said. They said, Asian, your wife eat cats? I said, shit, no.
If she did, I'd have two of them at home. Her and her girlfriend. Oh, the other cats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that's how I got that, and it's been like that since forever, since I've been there, so.
All right.
But
I never thought about that for a handle on a CB.
oh yeah, you should hear it like you talk to someone on CB, someone ain't from in town there, and they'll say, "What's your handle there, buddy?" I say, "Asian Poontang." Where the hell did you get that at? And a lot of them think I'm Asian. They'll think I'm Asian, so I can do all kinds of smack talking on there, and they're looking for an Asian guy around town trying to beat his ass.
You don't squint when you talk on the CB.
No, no, not at all.
Watch it now. Like I said, I know you said your brother is in law enforcement and he's a sergeant, whatever division he works for. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
We don't want to say because we're anonymous.
That's right.
And but you said you rode along with him a few times and have some stories about that. And go on. I really don't know. We didn't discuss about it. Oh, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time if y'all hear any background noise of loud people that I've already told to be quiet because we're recording and they don't fucking listen. We have a whole shit ton of people over here and they need to shut the hell up. But anyway, I'll apologize to any of my listeners. If you hear that, that's what that is. But let's get into your stories there, Mr. Lover.
What can I start? Do you want to hear the...
Well, go ahead and give me your naked story because I don't have one.
A naked story? I don't think I had. Oh, I got...
Yeah, you did have one.
Which one's the naked one?
You on your ride along with the park.
Oh, you want to hear that one? Okay.
Well, you can tell that.
Here,
The audience wants to hear that.
I can. Yeah. So I was riding around with my brother, and it was kind of a dead night. So he said, "Let's go over to this park. It's where they have like carnivals and stuff like that. And it's pretty secluded and dark, and so we went in there. He said, "Usually you can find someone back here doing hanky-panky and stuff." So we're driving around, and he said, "Ooh, there's one over there." So we shut all his lights off, and we sneak up there behind him, and we pull right up to the bumper. And he looks at me and goes, "You ready?" I said, "Sure." And he turns overhead lights on, turns the spotlight on. And all of a sudden you see this guy in the driver's seat jumping around, and then all of a sudden his head pops up from the driver's seat to the passenger. So he said, "Well, let's..."
She must have lost her contact.
I think that's what it was. So
I'm only imagining, and some from the stories I've heard, I haven't experienced that. She had to have dropped her contact.
Yeah. So he said, "Well, let's give him a few minutes so we can get this thing get dressed." And so
Why?
Huh? Well, I don't know.
He didn't get out and get them. He gave them time to finish.
Yeah, he
and
just
get dressed.
give him a second, I guess.
Oh hell to the no! I'm about to bust. Yeah,
I'm rushing
I'm going to interrupt them. That dude is going to
It's
go
like
from
I'm on a 5-yard line. I'm rushing the damn goal line.
I'm about to embarrass the hell out of both of them. I'm not giving him a chance. I'm not giving him a chance to finish. He's not going to finish the rest of the night because he's going to be so scared after that. His pee-pee isn't going to get hard no more. He's going to have Viagra ain't going to work for him. He's going to I'm having flashbacks of that cop rushing at
He's gonna have that in the back of his mind. And he's like, "Look, I can't do it. It ain't just. It won't work."
Or she gets scared,
Bite.
shit. You might be calling the boo boo bus to. Could you see that? Look, she bit his penis. Could you put a butterfly on hers?
Butterflies, Band-Aid.
You can Gorilla Glue it. Just don't get it in the pubes.
Yeah.
It's not made for her.
Well, if it did, you could sue him, right?
I don't know.
Was there a reason that you that he gave for giving a little time?
He's pretty laid back.
He's probably seen so many that he probably was like,
he knows what they're doing. Yeah. So we get out and come up and ask them what they're doing. They're just talking, and he's like, she normally talks head on the lap, we're just talking. And anyway, so he gets all his information, like, you guys know the standard procedure. So we go back to the car. He starts running them, and he's got a warrant out of a city that's kind kind of close to where they're at. So his dispatcher calls him and says he's got a warrant out of this city for $25 parking ticket. And he said, a $25 parking ticket?
$25? No, you don't say.
And that's what he was just
Hardcore criminal.
Yeah, I mean, you better call in like the U.S. Marshals and.
So he told me, he's like, man, he said, you got a warrant out of this certain city. He said, for $25. He's like, what? He said, yeah, he said, and they want you too. They said, if you ain't got the money to pay, they're going to come get you. He said, no. He's like, well, you got the money? He said, well, no. And he asked that girl he was with that was talking to him on his lap.
Talking into his lap.
In his lap. Said, can I borrow $25? She's like, hell no, you ain't borrowing $25.
She's like, what? How the hell you plan on paying me? You ain't got $25.
She thought she was going to have to pay for giving him the
yeah. It's like, hold on,
talking to.
You know.
I know, man. It's like completely strange. So he didn't have the $25. He wanted us to go take him to the ATM to get $25, and we said no, we're not taking it at the ATM. And then, we made sure and that city said yes. If he don't have the money to pay it, then they are coming down to get him
For $25.
For $25. So they wound up. He said, do you want your girlfriend there to take your car then? He's like, hell no, she ain't taking my car. He said, well, I'm going to get a tow truck and tow it. And he said, tow it. So the beautiful night turned into pretty bad. So he had to take him to jail and towed his car and came and got him for his $25 ticket.
Didn't even get to finish the talking.
No, they didn't even get to finish their...
God. Well, Jed's on here. How you doing, Jed? He said he hadn't seen these shenanigans yet. You know about that word shenanigans. Be careful with it. He said we're not talking that they're pecking. Freebird is pecking, as long as he stays away from the pecker. I appreciate y'all. I'm glad John, I know I texted you the other day. Poor Jed has been working 3 jobs and having to do physical therapy. This poor man's working.
Sounds like Jed's impressed with the Freebird.
One day it won't have to be anonymous.
Hey, I see someone on here that I know.
Who is that? They haven't said anything.
Oh, they come a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Come a long way. Melissa is on.
Yeah, Melissa, you need to say something.
Hello, Melissa.
That is the Miss Asian lover.
She's kidding.
My phone should be going
She's
off
about to break up with him.
Yeah, he might not be able to talk to her after tonight.
Melissa, he's bringing home some Louisiana sweet and sour sauce. You were invited. I told him to bring you on down. I'd have fed you.
She said your mama.
So, my poor mama. Sweet and sour sauce is delicious, though.
Yeah.
I don't like sweet and sour.
What?
Yeah.
You like sesame sauce?
Yeah, I like that.
What about them rats on a stick they serve?
That's amazing. You dip that in some Frank's Red Hot.
Well, I don't know if y'all go to like the buffet. I think they call it Terry. It's that chicken on that stick, though. They call it rat on a stick.
Oh yeah. I don't know what that's
That's
called.
just chicken on a stick.
Chicken on a stick. It's right.
Son gets that all the time.
I don't know. My favorite is I really like sesame chicken. It's just what I enjoy.
She's giving us a thumbs down.
Oh Lord, Melissa.
Already? We hadn't even been live for 15 minutes.
Great.
We haven't really got into it. Iceman, you had any good stories from this week?
Actually, I went and wrote tickets twice, and for some reason, I don't know, everybody was freaking nice. For some reason, nobody was an ass at all.
That's probably because the warmer weather was coming.
No, I did have this one guy. He wasn't an ass, but I pulled him over. I forget. He wasn't going super, super fast. I think he was doing like 15 over. And 15 over.
Yeah, that means he's 4 miles up into the almost going to jail in your 11 over.
Anyway, I pull him over. I go up. I get his information and stuff like that. Well, I could smell a little faint weed, I'm like, I'm not even going to mess with him. I'm not even going to. I just wasn't in the mood to fuck with him. I wasn't even going to ask him about it. Subject was from the great state of Washington.
Oh, he's toking it up.
I say that with sarcasm. But anyway, I finished writing a ticket. Well, I have electronic ticket writing now, the Gizmo, which I do love.
Oh, I know.
I do love my Gizmo.
That's like Santa Claus brought that to you.
And anyway, I went back, and I had kind of noticed it before, but I was hoping maybe it was empty. And when I went back and I looked at him, I said, dude, you kind of forgot to put your weed up. Oh, in his glove compartment, he had from the shape of them and the way he looked, it looked like he had either hydrocodone or Lortab pills, like big ones, like a big ass bottle of them, like one of the big, tall, skinny bottles. He had the industrial thing. He's like, oh no, I got a prescription for that. That's my prescription. I said, for the weed? And he was like, oh. He thought I was talking about the pills. I said, the weed. That's sitting on your passenger seat in a Ziploc bag. And his face was like, oh no. I was like, I don't know about your state. It may be legal, but here in the South in Louisiana, I could put you in jail for that right now. Oh, well, I'm not a dirtbag. I have a job. I said, I never said you were a dirtbag.
We're not in Kansas.
I said, I just looked at him. I'm like, look, put it up. He put it in his console where he should have been hiding it from me in the first place, even though I could smell it. But it must not have been really good weed because most, some of it puts off different, smells over the years, and this one didn't have a really good smell. So we did. I wrote him his ticket. He was very much happy to get that speeding ticket and head wherever he was heading back to. But if you are from the state,
I know Washington. Yeah, last time I was in Seattle, it's just people sitting along the seawall. They're just toking it up left and right. And here we are. We're catching a bike ride. I got some dude peddling me and Miss FREEBIRD, and I'm like, damn. There's some of it smoking weed, but then we forget. We're not in Louisiana.
It was the guy pedaling a bicycle.
It might have been. It might have been.
It sure is foggy out here. No, you need to smoking my weed. That's right. I forgot. You take Mrs. FREEBIRD to Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
I think you were partying with Joe Biden.
He was not there at the time, and if he was, we probably wouldn't have been partying with him.
No, he'd have been sleeping in the hotel room.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been out late partying.
I sniffed your hair. Did I say that? I don't get political, but sometimes it just slips out.
I didn't have a skirt on or have long hair, so I would have been safe.
You have hairy legs, so they could wipe them down and watch it dry. Wax on, wax off.
So he had his weed on the seat. I'm surprised you didn't make him just dump it out and say, look, here's your lesson for Louisiana.
I could have. I just didn't feel like being a dick at that particular time. Speaking of,
where you're from, Asian lover, your state doesn't have legalized weed, does it?
I think it's just medical now. They passed it. We've got them dispensaries all over the place now. As soon as they legalize the medical part of it, they're all over. All over. This one little town that I go through sometimes, it was actually a bank, a big bank, and now it's a marijuana dispensary place.
Is it the same employees?
I don't frequent them, but they might be.
Could have been the same employees from the bank that now started the medical marijuana.
It could be.
What I was thinking, I would look for the same people. See, but normally I think those dispensaries are pretty. They're pretty squeezed by the government, so they're pretty on it.
I think they're going to be legalizing weed nationwide before long.
Yeah, I think so too.
Then when I retire, close your eyes, FREEBIRD. Close your eyes a second. I want you to picture this. Okay, his eyes are closed.
Yeah.
once I retire and it's legal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me some of that good stuff. And I'm going to sit in a beanbag chair, naked, eating Cheetos, and rubbing green Jello on my nipples while I get high. What was that mental picture like right there?
I was thinking, really, why green Jello?
I don't know. It's
not going to show up like the Cheetos.
It just sounds, I don't know,
Green
nasty
Jell-O.
as green Jello. Lime. I mean, because nobody wants to eat green Jello.
Hey, and if he's still working, if he's still working, he said, I'll have you in my passenger seat. We'll go flying by him at 16 miles over, and then he'll finally see
Yeah.
us naked.
I'm passing in front of your house at least 20 miles an hour over.
What I'm going to do, since I'll probably still getting up still early in the morning after I retire, I'm going to leave my house right before rush hour traffic, and I'm going to get on the interstate in the fast lane and drive so fucking slow and make everybody late for work just to be a dick.
Yep.
Because I got behind a motherfucker yesterday. I'm trying to come home from Mississippi in the fast lane in a 70 doing like 57 and going to look at me like I'm crazy when I pass them. Like, bitch.
I don't understand that.
Get the fuck over.
It's getting. We used to. You didn't have that problem. Now it's getting worse.
Well, if anybody did listen to my little bonus when I just did, I talk about blinkers. Go to AutoZone, get you some of the blinker fluid. If your freaking blinker is out of fluid and not working correctly.
Blinker fluid. I'm gonna look it up on Amazon.
They probably sell it.
They might. I
Probably
guarantee
do.
there's somebody somewhere that's selling blinker fluid.
They sure are.
Welcome, Roy.
Asian lover. And our Asian lover.
Yes.
But it's good. I'm glad that we have a guy that's a super fan finally in the clubhouse.
I'll say a super fan. He just listens. I don't have fans. We're just regular people.
I'm a super fan. I love this podcast. I don't.
Well, I appreciate it. Tell your friends. Get them to listen.
Flew in this evening just to be part of the podcast.
That's right. That's right.
His arms were tired as shit when he got here, dude.
Yeah.
I
mean, so you have any interesting stories from your ride along other than your naked story?
Well, when I got out of the Air Force, I got in the towing business, and I was telling Iceman that when you're in the towing business, I don't know how it works here, but we get to know all the local deputies and state troopers and stuff. We get to know them like personally. And I remember one of your podcasts, you're talking about the Nextel phones.
Yes.
We used to have, this come back to my head now. And most all the cops that I knew, they all had my Nextel number. We'd talk BS back and forth. And one night I was sitting at home, and he used to be a city cop and became a deputy, and he's cleaner cut than you are. I mean, he's like straight laced, and I mean, all of a sudden I'm sitting. It's about 9 o'clock at night. Beep beep beep. And I look. It's Deputy so and so. I'm like, get down there and said, "Hey, what's up?" He goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, sitting at my house. And he goes, "Will you do me a big favor?" And I said, "What is that?" He gave me the address where he's at. He said, "I just arrested this guy in domestic violence, and I can't get in my car." And I go, "Why don't you call somebody?" He says, "Because I can't. Can you please come to this address?" Because they used us a lot because, I don't want to say it on here, but, the company I work for and the guy I work for, very well known, and anyway, they liked all of us. So anyway, I drive my wrecker home a lot, just sometimes I go out and make extra money at night. We did a lot of private property towing, but so I get my wrecker and I take off. I call my boss, the guy I work for. I say, "Hey man, I'm going to see Deputy so-and-so." I said, "He locked his keys in his patrol car and he's got some guy arrested and he can't get in his car." And he laughed. He goes, "No, shit." I said, "Yeah." He's like, "All right." So I fly over there. I come up there in the neighborhood. There he is. He's standing there. Guy he just arrested, laying across his trunk there. And I go, what's up, buddy? He goes, please just unlock this car. So, you know how the Crown Vics are easy to get in. I just took my Slim Jim and popped it open. So he put the guy in the back of the car, and he goes, whatever you do, just don't tell nobody. I said, is this my get out of jail free car? And he said, absolutely. I said, all right. He goes, please don't tell nobody. I said, no, I won't tell nobody.
You definitely didn't want to tell anybody in the department because you're going to get shit from the time from that night till till he retired, I'm sure.
You never locked yourself out your unit?
I have not.
I locked myself. I was in my unit probably about, 8-9 months ago. Stopped to get fuel. For some reason, I just got out. Filled the thing up with gas. Went to get back in it. For some reason, I locked the door with my cell phone and everything in it. So I had to bebop into the gas station next to use their landline to call. I told dispatcher, I'm like, look, I said, I like my keys in my unit. Who's working this area? And they told me, I'm like, look, just call them on the phone. Don't know. Put that shit on the radio.
Definitely didn't want to broadcast that.
Could you go unlock Iceman's unit at the stop and rob? He doesn't lock his keys in it.
Well, that happens because you're getting the same old routine when you get out of your car. You want to lock it because you don't want anybody stealing the son of a bitch because you see it on the news or you see it on TV a lot that, somebody done jumped in the damn car and stole it. So you get out and you want to secure anything that you have, and so you normally lock it. Mm-hmm. But, those older units, like you said, the Crown Vic and the older units didn't have the keyless entry. Mm-hmm. You had manual, so if you had accidentally left your keys in, you got out and hit the lock button, then you were screwed because you have no, maybe your backup was on that key ring that you had sitting on the seat. Mm-hmm. I have unlocked a couple of units, but I've never locked my keys in the unit.
Yeah, my brother, he always, when he had his Crown Vics, if I roll with him, he always gave me a spare key. He said, here, just take this just in case you got to get back in or whatever. But yeah, I've done a lot for them guys. You work, like, I've seen a different side of law enforcement when I started doing ride-alongs a long time ago, even before my brother's a cop. I got to know all these guys, and they let me come ride with them, and I was just like, it's a different perspective when you're in there with you guys and going to these things and you start seeing, you're like, this is just crazy. This is just, some of the stuff you see. But yeah, I got to know a lot of them and did a lot of ride-alongs with the best one, where I'm at, the best one that I've went with is one or two of the troopers that I knew. They
You got shot.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm listening to you, Asian love. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got to ride along with a couple of troopers and see this one. You want me to continue on with a couple more I got?
Well, yeah, you didn't fly all this way.
You were
listen to.
Oh, okay.
You the special guest, and you got some stories.
Well,
spit them out.
I mean, but before you do, I want to shout out to Jed. I mean, he's
Jed is a very loyal listener.
Super fan.
Yeah.
Probably he's impressed with the FREEBIRD.
Yeah, he's very impressed.
I'm impressed. Look, I'm looking at the screen. I'm impressed.
You look good.
Anybody ever noticed FREEBIRD? It's not that cold in here, but FREEBIRD has large erect nipples in that loop I have going on right there.
I didn't want to say.
I mean, we're going to have to get some pasties or something for him next time.
I spilt my drink.
Oh.
I had ice in it.
He's got Jello on him right now.
He's thinking about me in that green Jello.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
I accidentally hit that too. Whoops.
So you have been you've been on several ride-alongs.
Oh, yeah.
It gives you a little different perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
No,
to do.
just go ahead, tell your stories. We are here. I'm here listening. I'm all stopped up for some reason. I have no clue why. But
yeah, this one state trooper that me and him used to get along really, really well.
how well?
I haven't seen him naked well, but
But
almost.
I mean, I was just checking.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just a state
I mean,
trooper.
I didn't know if he
the
had
other ones got along. He got to see naked, but the state trooper he didn't.
Yeah, the troopers are a little
I
bit
didn't
more.
know if y'all were like taking turns wearing a little Smokey Bear hat or something.
Yeah, sometimes. Oh, speaking.
Probably
Oh
on-
my God! Now
that
you,
trooper didn't. He only took his hat off for one thing.
Hey. Look, when you talk about the hat, one day he was over at our impound lot, and we were all talking smack and stuff, and he was talking to my boss. His Crown Vic is sitting out there running, and he left it unlocked. So I went in there and I hit the button, open the trunk, and that's where he kept his. He never wore his Smokey Bear hat. So he had it in his trunk, and they got that little. I'm sure you've seen it. It's like a little, like a bracket, and it slides right up in it, and it keeps the hat nice and flat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So he had that in his trunk, and when I went into his trunk, I pulled his bear hat out. He took his bear hat out, and I put it on, and I was walking around, and he was busy talking to him, and so he comes out, and he sees his trunk open on his patrol car, and he's looking around, and he looks at me, and I'm walking around. He's like, "What the hell are you doing, my damn?" So I don't know. I said, "I just want to pretend to be a trooper." I said, "I'm sitting fixing to take a car out for a ride." He's like, "Give me that damn hat, you idiot!" But anyway, one night he was working midnights, and he said, "You ought to come out ride with me one night." I said, "All right, I will." So we arranged I think it was a Friday or Saturday night, and he picked me up close to my house there, and he comes flying up in the parking lot, and he goes, "Hurry up, get in, we got a call already." It's all right. So we jumped in the car, and we started heading north. I live in the south end of the county, close to the Gulf. So we started headed northbound, 4-lane highway, out in the middle of nowhere. We're running at way excessive speed. No lights, no nothing. I said, "Where are we going?" And he said, "You see when we get there." So we come up flying into this next town. It's about 30 miles away. We come into town, slowing down, and then we go to turn into this establishment. There's about 6 other state trooper vehicles in there. I said, "What the hell's going on here?" He said, "They just put a fresh pot of coffee on." I said, "Oh my God, are you kidding me?" So anyway, we're sitting there, they're drinking coffee, and it wound up only being him and another trooper covering 2 counties. And so the other trooper, he said,
about what we have here.
yeah. So we're sitting there.
Apparently, we're having technical difficulty.
No, you have a technical difficulty.
I don't know how to talk into
You've
the
done this a
microphone.
bunch of times,
I've
too.
done it a
Yeah.
bunch, and I still can't figure the damn microphone out.
So
y'all were in hot pursuit of
we're
coffee.
hot coffee, and I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Was it good coffee?
I guess it. I didn't drink any of it.
You didn't drink none.
No, I don't drink coffee. I don't drink. I'm a little straight laced when it comes to that, I guess. But
With coffee?
yeah. So
You're a Frappuccino?
no, I don't even drink that.
Not a Frappuccino?
It's not one of those Starbucks.
No, I don't.
Water,
I
okay.
don't get $8 coffees.
Sometimes I'll have a little. I've got a couple of sips of water when
In between whiskey.
Yeah, in between the whiskey.
I put water in my whiskey.
Water
That's
back,
that's when
CC water back.
That's when the ice melts. Yeah, Mrs. Freebird did not like the Reese's peanut butter cup shot. That's the peanut butter, the Old Smoky peanut butter whiskey with the Godiva chocolate. But it wasn't because it wasn't good. No. She had a bad experience with some chocolate martinis, and
it was with Godiva chocolate.
Yeah,
I do know that because I used to mix them.
The chocolate part brought back, I guess, some PTSD or something like that. And so she didn't like it, but Freebird did enjoy it.
I did. It was a very good. I didn't know that was Godiva chocolate, but Like I said, Miss Free
Only the best chocolate around
Miss
here.
Freebird.
That's right.
She threw up severely that long ago and still refuses to even smell Godiva chocolate.
Well, I mean, I don't drink beer because of that. Because when I was like 8 or 10, the parents were having a big barbecue outside, and me and some of the neighborhood kids snuck in there and got drunk on them little ponies when they wasn't looking.
No Miller ponies. And
I puked my guts up, and I have not drank beer since I was like 8 years old. When I am 50, and I still cannot stand the taste of beer at all.
Wow.
Douche juice.
No douche juice.
I was that way for a long time on beer.
I'm gonna have an episode coming up.
I still get, you still get the same old cliche answer with beer. People drinking beer in the vehicle. How many drinks have you had?
2.
I've just had 2 beers.
Just had 2 beers. That's it. We have an episode coming up. I have downloaded a green screen of the Oval Office, and I'm going to do one. Behind the desk is President Iceman, and I will be signing an executive order that totally does away. It's going to make it illegal, not even mandates. Come on, sign this shit in the law. Making anything pickled. Vinegar will be outlawed in the United States. If you are caught with anything pickled or vinegar, it's going to be like a life sentence felony. You're going to go to prison for life if you have anything pickled.
Well, I tell you,
you're going to have to move to Cuba.
Bootlegging days. We're gonna make bootlegging pickle jars.
What you doing time for?
Carter Supermarket.
What you doing time for, son? Caught me
can tell you.
with 16 ounces of pickle juice. Bastards.
There is one particular brand of pickle that is more sour than the rest, and that's the one I usually have to stick with. I can only find it at one store, so they look at me, and I have had them order me a case of pickles before, and it's the big ass jars. And I took the whole case home. He said, "What the hell are you doing with all these pickles?" I said, "I'm drinking the juice." I throw the pickles away. I mean, I can save them for you. Maybe make a drink with it. No.
Like I said, I will be signing executive orders before long. And I'm telling you. Oh, by the way, hello, Gunner. See you on here, finally. Executive order, pickle stuff done. Vinegar, no more vinegar. No more douche juice. You're going to have to start. You're going to be like bootlegging that shit. It's going to be severe, harsh penalties.
Have you tried Bubby's pickles?
Yeah, is that a moonshine pickle?
No, it's fermented.
No, I have not tried that.
The juice is pretty good on it. If you like pickle juice, try Bubby's.
Bubby's.
Yeah, it's fermented.
Well, I kind of, I'm not sure how that would taste. Like I said, I'm particular to one brand and one brand only.
Well, if you ever see it in the store, just try it.
Okay.
The pickles are good.
Now, let's back up to a previous statement we had. I did look at Amazon, and Amazon apparently has blinker fluid.
Are you kidding me? They sure do, don't they?
Yeah, this is in. I'm not sure what not sure what the size of this bottle, but it's $15.95 on Amazon Prime.
Get y'all some blinker fluid. Maybe y'all can turn your fucking blinkers on.
It's a blinker. It's the realistic version.
Better than the fake version.
Yes. Apparently there's a fake version and a realistic version of blinker fluid.
Bam did show me this thing earlier. This woman played a joke on her boyfriend or husband. I don't know which it was. But he did send her. I mean, asked him, she's like, "Look, I'm feeling really bad. I'm cramping. Can you run into the store right there and grab me and go get me some heated tampons?" So he went there asking for heated tampons at the first store,
And I guess the person that helped him was another guy. And he's like, no, we don't have any of those. You're going to have to go to, like, Kroger's. I don't know which state they were in, but they have Kroger's. So you got to go to Kroger's to get them. He's like, so he comes back out, and he's like, they said I have my Kroger. So he goes to Kroger's. He goes in and asks for heated tampons. Well, when he comes out, he's not real happy. Because this time, I guess he had a lady helping him, and she did advise him there's no such thing as a heated tampon. I mean, I remember the first time I had to go buy a feminine product, tampon, for it was an ex-wife a long time ago. But anyway, I went in there, and I had never bought this shit before. I'm not a tampon connoisseur, you know. So I'm in there, and I was not informed what type to get. She said, could you just grab me some tampons? I'm like, okay.
Oh, shit.
She did not tell me that they had multiple options on the tampons. Like light flow, heavy flow, sport flow, this flow, red. I mean, just all these. And I'm sitting there, I'm staring and just like, what the fuck? And this lady looks at me and says, can I help you? Like, ma'am, wife sent me over here to get tampons, and I did not know it was a multiple choice job. I thought, tampon's a tampon. She said, well, is it a heavy flow day? Is this? I'm like, do you have a do you have one of the multiple choice packs? Yes, give me the one with one of each in it at least or something. I don't know. So, yes. But since then, I have been versed on, but at the time, I was like, okay, I just thought it was one.
Yeah. Well, my wife, Mrs. Freebird, told me a story. She actually, her and her brother played a trick on her unsuspecting sister that was not aware of the maxi pads, and she was out cutting grass one day on the Ryan lawnmower. So they played the trick on her, saying that they had some sweatbands, some head sweatbands that she could. It's a peel and stick sweatband.
She wasn't driving around with a maxi pad on her head.
When she was cutting grass, and she actually, I guess, peeled one and stuck it on her forehead, and the mama come home. Mama come home and want to know what the hell she was riding around the yard with the damn maxi pad.
Well, right now we need to wear them to stay free. Taking my liberty. Stay free. So you can't get me. I got stay free stick on sweatpants. You can use them to get sweat up. You can use as knee pads. Multifunctional purposes.
We haven't, I know this is off the subject of the tampons and maxi pads, but we have come across several calls that's had a bunch of sexual toys and sexual mannequins outside of the maxi pads and the tampons.
We're on a call with sex mannequins.
Sex mannequins? Well, I mean, I know they have the blow up. They got the blow up dolls, but I've seen a mannequin here recently that was. I was impressed by. Apparently, somebody wanted a lot of cuddle time with this mannequin. It was a latex mannequin. So it wasn't just a little plastic blow up thing. I was impressed.
What are you reading?
No, I'm not reading.
I'm recalling. Where are you hanging out at?
This was actually from a narcotics call.
Oh, well, earlier speaking of Washington, that I was talking about earlier. We'll play this news clip right here. We'll talk about it because the state of Washington is about to get severely, fucked up bad. Make sure there ain't no commercials in front of it. Lord. Here we go.
The state's drug possession law.
Police around the state have stopped arresting people for simple possession of illegal drugs after the state Supreme Court ruled that part of the felony drug possession law that was on the books is unconstitutional. KOMO's Matt Markovich reports it was a big surprise for everyone.
In the shadow of the King County Courthouse, just feet away from the sheriff's headquarters, users are happy.
So they shouldn't be arresting us for drug possession anyway.
He's the guy directly affected by the court's ruling.
Think he's going to be relaxed a little bit now? Yeah, I mean, we won't be so panicky.
Because there's no fear of being arrested for possession of narcotics right now. after the state Supreme Court ruled the state's possession law unconstitutional.
Anyone who is serving a sentence for drug possession should be released tonight, tomorrow, as soon as possible.
Says an attorney who asked the court to strike down the law.
But it's also going to let a lot of dangerous criminals and felons out on the street.
Says a King County Council member and former prosecutor who worked with the Supreme Court.
But people who are sitting in jail right now say, hey, my whole conviction is based on something that's unconstitutional.
It's now a race against time. Arrested or convicted drug users, with their attorneys moving quickly to get drug cases thrown out.
Many hundreds of prosecutions being thrown out, even convictions potentially being thrown out, and that just creates chaos. But the legislature can fix this by adding one word to the statute.
That word is knowingly, which adds intent to possess into the law, something the court found absent. 2 state senators just introduced a bill that does just that.
Currently, right now, you can have controlled substances and not get arrested. It's kind of crazy.
But even with a quick fix, attorneys can argue their clients were arrested or convicted under a law that was found unconstitutional.
If they don't want us doing drugs around here, they don't need to pass our bubbles. Yeah. Crack pipe, heroin pipe,
A fix would be immediate as soon as the governor signs it. But right now, there's a push by many legislators to decriminalize illegal drugs in Washington. In Seattle, Matt Markovich, Como News.
Washington State.
Well, hello, Washington. Y'all about to get fucked up with the dope heads. They're not just talking. Did you understand that they're not talking about just legalizing like possession of marijuana?
Mm-hmm.
They're making it like
crack,
any freaking drug.
Yeah,
I mean PCP, LSD, heroin, meth, with any drug. I mean, just it's all legal.
Do they realize? The people that are going to start moving there? They're going to ruin their state.
It's not the ones they're going to want there, and we know Seattle and places like that. They're defunding their police, so. Let's get rid of the cops.
Yep.
Come on in, dope heads.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome home.
Hey, those people voted them people in there, and they get exactly what they deserve.
The state of Washington is about to just turn into a
have you ever
bigger shithole than what it is. If I have any listeners that live in the state of Washington, and you're not a dope head, I would do my damnedest to move out of there if I was you, because if they don't change that and fix that, and all drugs are legal, I wouldn't want to live there.
Have you ever been there, state of Washington?
No.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful state, but people they got running it is just it's amazing. I had to go to Tacoma, Washington one time, and just driving through there, it's east of the big cities. It's beautiful, but when you get in the cities, that's the problem. The cities are running the whole state.
Well, it's not going to be beautiful for long because your local, you're going to see nothing but dope people.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine the amount of deaths they're going to have just from ODs in that state?
Oh my God!
From that right there,
crazy.
I spent 2 days
upside down world.
I spent 2 days in Seattle, but that was enough. We had to catch a boat going to Alaska, so.
Yeah, see, you were in the bit. If you went through actually drove through the state up. God, I can't remember what I think it was Interstate 80 or something up there, and it was actually it's beautiful out there, but that's the problem. That's the same thing with California. California is a beautiful place too, but it's so run. The middle and then Northern California, they got normal people there, but the Southern California, that's where all the wackos are. And that's what, unfortunately, runs the whole state, and it makes the whole state look terrible.
That's why I went to boot camp was in San Diego. So, been to California.
But
it's pretty, wouldn't want to live there, though.
Yeah.
The only time I've been to California is when we went to Lake Tahoe. Now, granted, we were only...
Did y'all drive to Tahoe when you were there?
400 yards into California, but my sister-in-law and brother-in-law were with us, and they smoke. And they wanted them to be able to keep your mask on while you were smoking the cigarette. So you could pull it down, take a puff, blow, but then had to put the mask back up and hold it until you were ready to puff on it and blow again, apparently.
Wow.
Apparently that was their solution to COVID.
We see how great that's working out for them.
Yeah.
So, well, we are. Do you have any any more stories you want to talk about? Anything there, Mr. Lover?
Oh.
We're coming up a little bit past an hour here.
Okay.
And I try not to go too long because we could probably go for another hour or two. But problem is I find that a lot of the listeners and stuff, if you go too long, they you lose them because a lot of people listen to podcasts driving at work and stuff like that. And, you know, just like I said, I can go for hours and hours. I'm full of fucking hot air, obviously. But and I try to keep it where the listeners can enjoy it more. But if you have a story, something you want to tell, let it out. If not, get ready to shut it down. And
maybe I'll save them for another.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't come down, I can do it over the phone and stuff like that. It plugs into the mixer. All right. With that being said, if you want to get in touch with me, the best way to get in touch with me is by email. It's at motorcoppchroniclespodcast@gmail.com. That is me. That will answer you back. You can send a message on Facebook. I don't do Facebook much. Bam will get me the message, and I'll let her know what to type back. Because I don't have personal Facebook or anything like that. I do have Twitter. It's at MotorC. I will say I'm not really active on Twitter. Like I said, 50 years old and not tech savvy, so I'm still not sure how that Twitter thing works all that well. But I am on Twitter. They say Parler's up. I haven't.
I was fixing to ask if you were going to go Parler.
Well, I had Parler before, and I don't know if.
I know there's.
People said it's back up. Well,
I know the.
Well, it's showing. I'll have to relog in phone. Anyway,
senators and congressmen probably have your name down if you're using Parler.
I am on Parler.
On
MotorCop Chronicles podcast on Parler. Also, don't do Snapchat. Sorry. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, hit the 5 stars. If you like me, write me a review. If you dislike me, hit a 1 star and tell me why you dislike me. Either or. We appreciate it. Like I said, if you are a law enforcement person, obviously military also, if you're in the military, first responder, corrections, dispatchers, all that, even firemen, and you have a story you want to tell personally, get in touch with me. We could work something out. Or if you just want to write it down and have me read it, because I am so articulate, that is sarcasm, its biggest form.
Hey, you're getting better at it.
And just get in touch with me. We'll figure out something.
You're going from college to like a master's degree in it.
Yeah, okay. But anyway.
But I do want, before we end, I do want to say I appreciate Asian Lover's service to the country. Appreciate your time in the military.
I appreciate you guys, too.
And I appreciate you listening, and appreciate you coming over, hanging out with us.
Enjoyed it.
I've had fun. Hope you did. Maybe if you ever get back down again, maybe Miss Melissa will come with you. We will see.
I'll make her. I'll just
no,
I'll tie her
no,
up.
see, I don't want to know. If,
she can only give a thumbs up, not a thumbs down.
Yes. And, you know, I don't want to know if you transport her in your trunk or something like that. Like I said, plausible deniability all the time. Anyway, people on Facebook, I appreciate it also. Like I said, we're on YouTube also, MotorCop Chronicles on YouTube. Give us a like, subscribe. If you're just watching on Facebook, like the page, hit your notifications on that too. And remember to always smile, because the Iceman could be behind you.
I'm cranking up on the this is how legends are made.